All right, guys, welcome to today's recap. This is Christian Farmer at the Tribeca Trade Group, and it is Wednesday, May 16th, and this is your option and market recap. So S&P hung in there okay today. We did not get over that new line that I've got drawn in the S&P futures. We've got this second dotted line that I've put in here. We try to rally a little bit, but it seems like we're just struggling to really have a big day on our hands in the S&P. However, if you look over at small caps, which has really been where the strength has been, look at that. What this means is when you kind of look at these different areas of the market, if something looks a little bit more challenging, you kind of just have to not completely stay out of it, but go to where the momentum is. And right now, the momentum names are in smaller cap names, and we found this out a couple weeks ago. People were talking about the death of tech a few weeks ago when names were reporting and they didn't have a great action to them. Everybody was really getting real down, and small cap names were doing really well. And I'll go over the charts. They were just talking about this on Fast Money last night, where I don't know why I'm not trying to criticize anybody, but they're really uninformed if they think that there's narrow participation in tech. I mean, I could walk you through 10 different charts here in tech that will tell you that to the contrary. It's not all about the FANG stocks. Look at Adobe, look at Salesforce, and then if you go even like smaller cap, NTNX, I mean, it just goes on and on with these names. Look at Zen. So really, small cap tech has been where it's been at. And if anybody tells you otherwise, that it's only the FANG stocks that are doing well in tech, they have not done their homework. I hate to tell CNBC, but they have not done their homework if they're not looking at some of these names that have been absolute leaders in the space. So really, this is where the momentum is. You just have to kind of be able to find it. That's what we do. That's what we do. We find the names that are moving and we get into them and we make money. That's the whole goal of it. So same thing. I've been talking about the medical equipment names, medical device names. These are the names that are also showing really good strength. Outside of the cell genes, which some of these names have bounced from the lows, but really the strength has been in the smaller cap names. I got into a name yesterday just to try. I never traded before. QDell. Really, really strong, up another 2.2%. And you could just ABMD is another name that is absolutely breaking out. So what do these names have all in common with them? There's another name in here, but I could go through the whole list. They're all medical equipment names. Very, very strong. There's a name that I'm watching today. I do not put this trade on, but these names are super, super strong. So again, you go to where the strength is. If you're like still playing around with Celgene and Biogen, good luck to you. That's not where the momentum is right now in biotech and healthcare. Also, small cap biotech. I'll talk about a couple of those names. But ELGX, I was just talking about this name. This is an easy trade. Forget about what their balance sheet looks like. ELGX, if you look into the company description, they develop, manufacture, sell, market minimally invasive treatments for vascular diseases. Catheter-based stuff. It sounds a lot like Edward Life Sciences. They have a procedure that's minimally invasive as well. But this is a smaller cap company. So what do you do with this name? Well, first of all, you don't put a ton of money in it, but you use the 200-day moving average stop and see where it goes. Who knows? Some of these names are really catching a lot of momentum. So again, I'll continue to preach a little bit, but that's where the momentum has been, and the setups that we've been providing. So if you go to this, we have a channel called Swing Trade Setups. These are the best setups that I think are of the day. And a couple, some names that I pointed out last night. I saw a couple other people talking about this today on Twitter. I don't know anybody who pointed this out, yesterday. I gave all Tribeca Trade Group members this setup. Breaking over this line. Look at what Fold did today. Now this is a name that I'm already long, but Monster Day, right? So we've really been doing our homework and giving traders a lot of profitable setups. One of the sectors that I had talked about in the newsletter this weekend Again, I didn't see very many people talking about it last week, and I see a lot of people talking about it today. Consumer discretionary. I mentioned that Amazon is a very big weight of this. So one of the strategies that I have right now is buying Amazon on the dip whenever it's down, considering they had strong earnings. But I was kind of saying in the beginning of the newsletter, watch for some other areas to start participating. You can't have just tech, whether it's small cap tech, large cap tech. That can't be the only sector. So what have we seen this week? I think you're looking at a breakout now in some consumer discretionary stocks. That's got to get you a little bit excited. Names that have not done anything are showing some signs of life. Look at Nike. So Nike, if you missed the move in Nike, I would not take the approach of being like, oh, geez, I missed it. It's up 2.6% today. Geez, I missed the move in Nike. I don't think so. This name has not done anything for about, since the beginning of the year. I think this has got more to go. Again, I don't have a crystal ball, but usually when a name breaks out of a consolidation period on nice volume, it usually has more to it than just one day. So these are all named in the consumer discretionary ETF, which I think if you don't want to play some of these names, Disney, we saw some calls go up yesterday. We also saw a little bit more calls today. Again, that's what option activity is, just to give you an idea. It's not going to tell you, what their mindset is. It's not going to tell you that the stock is going to go up. It's just giving you a setup. That's all it's doing. And the sooner that you kind of come to the realization of that, I think the better you're going to be as a trader if you do follow the tape and option activity. But we saw a little bit of calls in something that just hasn't been moving at all recently. So Disney was one of those names. So yeah, I think and to back it up in that consumer discretionary ETF, you've got Amazon, which is a 22% weight. Not a bad name, I think, to be involved in. All right, so that's a sector that I still like. And again, I'm excited. I'm excited to see some names move. That fold was a really nice setup. Today's option activity, take a look at this name. This is we saw some call activity last week in AMBA, another semiconductor name. Semiconductor name, again, look at the move. Look at the volume today. So if you missed AMBA, like I was out this afternoon, so I did not get a chance to trade AMBA. I was on a panel today being filmed. So I did not get a chance to trade AMBA, but I will look at it tomorrow. I mean, again, up huge, right? Up 7%, up $3. So you think, oh, geez, I missed it. I mean, look at the consolidation that this thing has been, and I think it's just it has a chance of just be getting started. Other names for option activity. So what did and I'll go over what I traded today, as always. We talked about Disney. Just a lot of retail names. A lot of retail names are in squeeze mode right now. I don't know if I want to own all these names, but Kohl's, Abercrombie and Fitch, which has been on a lot of people's radars, I think. I don't own any of these names. I'll tell you what I do own, and the trade that I thought was this actually looks like a really nice bar, by the way. Just moving over to crossing over. What does Abercrombie report? Probably coming up in a couple weeks, I guess. This setup looks pretty good. I might try this name. $26 stock. Definitely call activity on the move. And again, the other thing about option activity, I like to be in these names before the option activity. Don't wait for these names to see the option activity. Half of what that is just a momentum play. That's all it is. Somebody already seeing that it's moving. There's computer models that are picking up names that have momentum. But look at that setup in Abercrombie. That's probably one of the nicest charts that I've gone through so far, other than the Nike breakout and the XLY. But that looks pretty darn good in Abercrombie. Those were the June 8th. This could be tied to earnings. They report on June 1st. But I like it. You're going out a little bit farther than a month. So that theta decay isn't as bad as front month. Maybe you got about another, 2 weeks, I think, after that. So I like that trade for $1.50. I might look at that tomorrow. On the watch list for tomorrow. We talked about Chipotle. I did not trade it, but some traders, we pointed out double upgrade or double price target raise. And it gave you a gift this morning. It did not launch higher this morning on the open, or like pre-market. A lot of times when a name gets double upgraded like this, street high price target, for two different brokers. Usually it gets going pre-market. It did not, so it gave an entry. So we pointed out pre-market. Again, that's what we do pre-market. We get ready for the day. And I pointed this one out. Again, I didn't take this one. I traded Square today. There was a nice upgrade in this as well. And it closed on the highs today. So I took two profit targets. Square, nice day, up 3.6%. And again, a lot of the names that I'm showing today, which also excites me, is names running. You know, Chipotle, Amba, Square, this Fold, which I already mentioned, just ran from beginning of the day to the end of the day. So really nice price action in some names. There was also quite a bit of call buying in some energy names too. So something for everybody. OAS had a nice, again, ran all day long today, finished close to the highs. We'll see. We'll check how this chart looks. Wow, what a move! I don't know if I don't think I could buy this name here with an RSI of 81. What a move in this one. Another one where we saw call buying, I think it was BHP. No, was it BHP? BHP took out a VPOC today. BWP. I am still long the last piece of this. I did not see that it hit a VPOC. By the way, what a trade in this BHP. Monster. After a big block of calls that went up. So just a real nice trade in BHP. It did hit that VPOC. I would be taking profits, which I only hold a small piece left today in BHP. That's a nice looking VPOC to take a target on. Again, Virgin point of controls. Where a lot of buyers and sellers up previously, price returning back to the first time where there's buyers and sellers. That's why it's called a virgin point of control. Nice place to take profits. And then if it comes in, then you can reload. The name was BWP. Ugly looking chart. Also, CL saw some calls today. You know, if you're looking for, every once in a while, I will trade a counter trend trade, meaning a name below the 200-day moving average, which it certainly is. Oversold. I think this is due for a bounce. My personal opinion. I took a little bit of these calls for a trade, not an investment. Maybe a move to 63.5. Call it. Maybe 64 if you're lucky. But I would say 63, 63.5. That's it. That's all I would be looking for. And somebody did buy some calls in this one. Again, counter trade. So when I trade counter trade, I do it smaller size. I don't trade as frequently as well. I cannot bring up this trade. So that's it. I think really good sign. Even though the S&P just struggles to have, you know, it is what it is. It was up 40 basis points. It's a nice little day. It's really the small caps that right now that are showing the strength in this market. All right, thanks for watching tonight's video. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, by the way, sign up for a membership. $7 for the first 7 days. You know, the setups that we provide every day, I think are really providing, just like I was talking about with the newsletter. You know, I do this almost every night, put together setups that I think are really good, and some of them have been money, like this fold play. So that's it for tonight. Have a great evening, and see you tomorrow.